Rodman's such a unique player. I think he's one of the most unique players ever.
He is. Rodman is a really, really special player. If you watch the way he plays, both defensively, really high basketball IQ, really knows when to pass as well, and just knows his positioning very well. And his rebounding is just intuitive. The guy, when he rebounds, it's not about, he doesn't need to out jump the guy, but he has his knack.
It's
He has his knack to actually get to the
yeah.
right spot, being at the right spot at the right time. He's in the perfect position, and he's so good at tapping the basketball to himself on the rebounds. He might not be the biggest guy or the highest jumper out there sometimes, but he's the guy that's always in the right position, good anticipation, and he has a knack for being there, and he's just quick to the ball. He gets to the ball first, and he can just keep tapping it back to himself,
I feel like
and that's
with
what makes him so
rebounding,
special.
it's about how much
Mm-hmm.
you want it. It's not about necessarily your
Mm-hmm.
height. I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you could be tall, obviously helps, but like it's more of an intensity. Like Dennis Rodman wasn't very tall, 6'7", right? A lot of the guys who
Mm-hmm.
are great all-time rebounders were very tall. Wes Unseld, I think, was only 6 foot. I don't know, 6 or 7. Charles Barkley
Mm-hmm.
was probably 6'6". One of the great all-time rebounders as well, Moses Malone, right? Like
Yep.
it's
Yep.
their intensity that for the rebounds that kind of shuts them. But Ben Wallace, 6'9",
Mm-hmm.
out rebounded Shaq, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's how much
Mm-hmm.
intensity, and I think that's what the rebounding is. You know, you see all these great rebounders. It's more about how
Yeah.
much they want it.
Definitely how much you want it. If you see Rodman, he's always fighting for position. He's always squirming inside and always just wrestling against other players at all times. He's always looking for a body to wrestle against, and it's really hard to keep him, off the blocks. When you're trying to box, it's really hard to actually box him out sometimes because he's always trying to squirm. That's why they call him the Worm, I guess. That was his nickname.
Yep.
And the other thing about Rodman is when you watch the guy when he rebounds, a lot of it is his basketball IQ as well. Obviously, how much he wants it, but his basketball IQ was super high. He pretty much would know exactly almost every single NBA player when they shoot, if they missed a shot, what type of shot it's going to be. Like he can actually read in terms of every NBA player in the opposing team when they're tired in the second half versus when they're not tired in the first half. If they do miss a shot, what type of
He
shot is that going to be? For example,
he
yeah, he actually
studies
knows
how they
because
shoot and at
Mhm,
what way the ball was
mhm.
going to bounce off of the basket, so he can position himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. So he knows. For example, he knows certain players when they're tired in the second half, they have a tendency to short arm it, and then so it tends to hit off the front of the rim. So he knows that he's going to be there, but he also has the IQ to actually know the plays that the opposing team is running. That he knows when they're actually going to take the shot too, and which player is going to take it. And he knows that player, if he's tired in the second half, what's his chance of short arming it, or whether shooting it long when he's tired. So because of that, he knows where to stand. Because if he's going to short arm it, then he's going to stand on the same side where he's shooting from. But then if you're going to like miss it long, then quite often it's going to go on the other side of the rim. So he'll be on the other side. Plus, when you're playing basketball, most of the missed shots tend to actually, if you're going to rebound, quite often they bounce on the other side from when they're shooting. So it's always the chance of you getting the rebound on the other side of the rim
Mm-hmm.
is actually a bit higher when you're actually trying to rebound.
That's right. So